Hello, 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 everybody. We are back after a small break, and we are now joined by the one and only Wedgiroth, currently known as Hadagrimm, but I believe wants to be known as Wedgiroth, so that's what I'm going to use for this evening. Wedgiroth is going to bring us some ultimate retro gaming, something that it's just an awesome game. If you didn't play this when you were younger, you're in for a real treat to see this. It is retro gaming at its finest. The legendary Golden Axe. It's really good to actually see this in the showcase. I know it was submitted before, and then there was basically life and difficulties and things like that, which always happens. So we've finally got Wedgie in the run. Really pleased to see that. Lots of incentives, lots of exciting things that are going to happen in this. Obviously, all to raise more money for Blue Cross UK. I don't know too much about this run, just ask Wedgie a little bit. What I do know is we're going to get 2 playthroughs. I'm sure he's going to explain a little bit more about that. And there are some sort of arcadey incentive challenges, as well as a very reasonably priced milestone run for some more retro gaming. So I'm still here with Janini. Hi Janini.
Hi.
And we have Wedgie, or Hadagrimm. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, brilliant.
Well, yeah, this is one of my favorite games ever. It's one of the first games I've ever played, co-op at least, with my brother. I'm still playing on the original cartridge my parents bought for us on our, I got it for, my brother got it for his birthday.
Wow.
And we've been playing it ever since, and it still works. So I hope it holds on tonight, you know, it still works after tonight. But
Out of interest, how
yeah.
are you capture carding it?
I'm capturing it with an Elgato. I'm actually have my Mega Drive RGB modded and
Okay.
triple bypass modded, and
Yep.
I'm having it in the I put it in the GBSC, the capture card, the upscaler, I mean.
Yep.
And basically it translates it to HDMI signal. I'm splitting the HDMI signal, like one goes to the television for less latency, and the other one goes straight into the capture card. So that's basically how I'm
I was going to say,
playing
because
this.
for original hardware, this looks really good on the stream. Everyone else will probably
Yeah.
agree. It's like really clear quality. It looks brilliant.
So basically what the mod does is it like bypasses the original like output, and it like reads the data straight from the chip. That's basically what's going on. And I have it audio modded as well, so the audio is much better as well than standard Mega Drive. Of course, the speeds and stuff, it's actually a Mega Drive that's been modded as well, like region unlocked, so, and I have a different oscillator inside. So it's basically a Genesis. I've basically converted my Mega Drive to a Genesis.
Why not?
So yeah, and that's what I'm gonna run on. So let's get started, right?
Brilliant, yeah. I mean, please explain what the run's all about, what your incentives are, and when you're ready to go, let us know, and we will hit that start timer.
Yeah, so basically I'm gonna start with 3 runs of arcade, one of each character, and I'm gonna do 3 beginner after. The incentives I have are on the beginner runs. You can, the Tyrus Flare has already been redeemed, and that's basically kicking all the enemies to death instead of using your sword or like down stabs or whatever. Just only kicking. So I have to kick everybody to death, basically. And on Gilius Thunder Axe, I have headbutting, which is basically this version of the kicking, basically. And yeah, I've called this this way of playing, I've called this the Juggernaut percent, because you smash through everything, basically. For Axe Battler, I have Spin Slash, because when he does the little slash thing, the backslash thing, he makes like a small pirouette, so I'm calling that pirouette percent. So the Gilius and the Axe Battler one are still up for grabs, so to speak. So I'm gonna do that after the arcade ones. So there's enough time for somebody if he wants to redeem it. If all three, if there's enough money donated, as $20 donated, I will also do a Streets of Rage easy run as well. So, yeah. So if anybody wants to donate, there's enough stuff to redeem, you know. So
Brilliant.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's get started.
Let's get into it then.
Okay, I will tell you when to start.
Okay. One quick thing: are you going to want all of these timed individually, or do you want one timer
No.
for the stream?
Let's do one timer for all the events, and we'll see what we'll get at the end. You know, it's
Okie dokie.
also something I want to see for myself. So yeah, it's
Makes our life easier too.
yeah, as well. Yeah, as well. So okay, let's go to the home screen, like the start screen.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna start out with Ex-Battler because that's actually the most difficult one. It's the main character, but it's actually the hardest one to play with. So yeah, let's start with that.
Okie dokie. Tell
Okay,
me when to go.
let's do a countdown.
Sure.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off.
Let's game.
Good luck, Wedgie.
So there are basically a couple of different attacks you can do. This is like the backslash I mentioned before. It's the second strongest attack to do. Yeah, so these attacks, like the normal attacks are actually the weakest, and yeah, just take too much time, you know, to do it. So you actually never really use the normal attack in speedruns.
Is this, like most retro games, a rather difficult run to execute?
Yeah, most of the things I'm doing, I want to do like at least 50 things, but I'll be happy if I can manage to pull off like 30 of them, if you get what I mean. So it's, the difficulty is pretty high in these older games, you know, in these
Yeah.
like arcadey games. Of course, they're made so it like eats credits, you know, so you have to pay more money. So
Yep.
it's basically a conversion from the arcade to the home console. They added some stuff to it and then released it for console, basically. Like a lot of Sega games are like this. So yeah.
Sega was in its prime during the arcade era, which has sort of died off a little bit now, I guess, with so many portables and Steam and things like that. But
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
I certainly miss a good arcade machine.
Okay, what I want to do here is like just basically let them jump to their deaths. Over here I'm gonna use a backstab and I'm gonna come out. See, and if you're like 1 millisecond too slow, it's over. You know, like you get hit. So it's like literally no margin for error, whatever we call it. It's like no room for error. So.
Yep. So, but I see exactly the same kind of things with Cosmo Retro, obviously, who's another big retro gamer, and the difficulty level and the precision in these games is just insane.
Absolutely.
It is, yeah. Which makes it kind of fun as well. If you like beat the game, you're like really happy and excited if you can beat it. So
They don't make them like this anymore.
exactly. Well, normally I'm a beginner runner, and I also do a little bit of co-op gameplay with solos as well. Some of you probably know him.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have currently have the world record for beginner, and I'm currently 8th place on the beginner leaderboard myself for like single player.
Nice.
And,
That's a pretty good position to be in.
it's a pretty good position to be in, sure. Yeah. Like I said, like the co-op is like a completely different story. You have to like divide tasks. You know, like one does that, the other one does that in time, and yeah. It's you really have to like be drift compatible. I don't know if you know the movie Pacific Rift or something. I can't even remember, but like you have to kind of like be synchronized with each other, or else like it's not gonna work. You know, you have to be pretty pretty compatible with each other, like when it comes to like speed and stuff.
Yeah, two-player stuff like Luke and I have done some theatre than pair play, and you think that actually, doing something with somebody else would be a little bit easier, but it's not that it's easier or harder, but it's different, and there's different things that you need to consider.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's different obstacles and things you have to overcome.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you have to get out of each other's way when it comes to these action games as well, because it happens a lot that we'll be standing next to each other and like hitting each other because like team damage is a thing, and
Yeah.
Like I said, normally I'm a beginner runner, so I'm like arcade is not really my strong suit. I mean, I can manage to like finish the game like at a pretty fast pace. But like the beginners thing is really my thing, like that's where I shine, so to speak.
This is quite similar to what we saw with Hammy just now, with the difference within the difficulty effectively being the same but different, and
exactly,
with that step up.
So over here, you really want to have him come up and then hit him. But like I said, I like to start off with this character because I'm not very good with this character, and it's really just survival, Like I really just have to survive until the end. The other characters, I'm like, I would say at least twice as good because of their movement and abilities, kind of.
Do the hard bit first, and then you can relax into it a little bit, and you're not just sat there dreading what's coming.
Exactly, yeah, for sure. And backstab really kills him much faster than a normal attack, and you leave yourself open for attack as well when you do that, so. The down stab is like the strongest attack, but it's pretty difficult to land. There we go. What you really want to do is I'll get them all like on the same line, but you gotta watch out that there's not too much distance between you and another, and one of the enemies, because then they will bash you as well. There we go. And it's also about like getting potions at the right times, magic pots at the right time, because you have to use like certain levels of magic for certain things.
It does look very cool when you do the magic spells and just sort of totals everything on the screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's really the arcade thing, like flashing lights and stuff, and a lot of noise, Back in the day, this was like a real action game,
I remember.
So you don't really want to make use of the screen edges and stuff. Let them jump off.
I love the way you just
Let him-
duck out the way. Just. Ooh, you were ducking out the way. Yeet.
There we go. It's really like your movement is kind of manipulating where you're going. Sometimes getting hit is just inevitable. See, and this is why I don't really like this character, because you can't really get out of the screen that much. So if one of the enemies is at the edges of the screen, you can't really hit them. There we go. And well, these little like thieves. There's also a thing with these. Their RNG kind of depends on what frame you enter the new screen. So when you leave the old screen, basically. So their positioning like kind of depends on that. So it's still pretty random. And sometimes you can just get a good roll, and it saves like 10 to 14 seconds in some cases. At
Is
least
it
in co-op.
manipulable?
Yeah, it's kind of manipulable if you look at the time, but yeah. Sometimes it's just trial and error, you know, just try and try again until you get a good roll.
Yep. Again, with retro games, even yesterday when I'm doing the Pokemon Red run, which is 10 years older than this game, the manipulations to control RNG in retro games seems to be so much more, I don't know, advanced and difficult to actually pull off. Generally, like you say, comes down to usually being frame perfect with inputs or something like that, or positioning.
Yeah.
And
Exactly, yeah.
not that the modern games or more modern games don't have that, but not to the same degree.
So normally the game would end here in arcade mode, but they were like, it's for Sega home consoles, and the game is kind of short. So what we're gonna do is like add an extra part of the story to it. So you get like an extra level.
So I take it you'll be looking at a final boss at the end of this then.
At the end of this level, we're gonna get the boss. Yeah. Bye.
They just fall off
Basically
the
knocking
side.
it off. Yeah. Yeah. This one, the skull.
It's
the
like
skeletons are
ChatGPT
pretty
programming
difficult.
movement.
See, you actually just kind of manipulate where they're going.
What's up, War? How's it going? Can those thieves steal off of you as well?
So what you want to do is like do magic here, because these ones come alive, as you can see, statues. He just jumps out.
It's quite amusing to see.
Yeah, there are some funny things that can happen with that mechanic, you know, like the jumping mechanic at you. Sometimes they just jump off screen without even engaging you. So, pretty funny.
I take it you can also fall off that edge.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Probably gonna happen once this run. Probably. Big chance. So, here we go. This is the final boss, Deathbringer. See, these skeletons, they don't die, so I just have to attack him. sometimes it just works to get him in the corner, you know. And there's one credit. As you could see earlier, he did like one of those rush mechanic kind of things and like just walked straight into the wall. Come on, go down. There we go. There's the first one down.
Nice.
Nicely done. And as you finished that first run, we've just had a raid from Liztar as well. Thank you very much for the raid, and welcome in raiders to Critical Hit Community
Welcome,
Spring
guys.
Smash 2024, where we have Wedgiroth or Hadagrimm doing and showcasing a range of retro Golden Axe speedruns and challenges for us. Welcome in. So that was the first of a few runs we're going to see. Now for the next character.
So this character is actually the best one for like normal beginner play. Currently, the world record holder played with Gillish Thunderhead because there's a new strat now that doesn't involve any magic. You should really, if you're interested in this game, you should really look up Garland. He has very good tutorials and just basically instruction videos how you run this. And yeah, he's actually a pretty nice guy. He's always there to help if you need some help with like a certain thing. So yeah.
Yeah, you got me looking then, because it's a name I haven't heard in speedrunning for a long time, but it's not the same one.
Oh, okay, yeah, there are multiple people called Garland, that's for sure, yeah.
It's not that common a name though in the speedrunning scene. I know from a long time ago, Garland the Great, who was one of the early FF7 speedrunners when things were still segmented, for example. I'm talking a long time ago. You're getting lots of love from chat here, Wedgie. I don't know if you can see it, but
Thank you so much.
Executrix says, I love you, Wedgie, I want your children. Liztar is here with good luck, Wedgie, much love. And World's Best Dad is saying, boo, play Freebird.
Love you too, Execute. Thanks for the good luck, please. This console I'm using actually came from Lee's. Lee sent this to me.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
I'm actually playing on an English console right now. No. There we go. There we go. Lise has a special name for this character he always likes to use. I'm not gonna say, but
Yeah, we were saying that a little bit earlier, Liz, that yeah, they don't make them like this anymore, and old games are hard because, like, you know, none of this saving whenever you damn well feel like it. You just had to get on with it.
You die or you pay
yeah,
money to
have
carry
to.
on. And even then, there was still a limit. But then I also remember, like, being in arcades, and you always used to see those people that were just phenomenal at games. OG Time Crisis, that's a bit more modern than this, obviously, but I remember...
oh, it's a great game.
Yeah, absolutely amazing game, but I remember watching someone basically on one credit, like one play, just blitz through the entire game. It was like, and they had a huge crowd around them by the time like they were done, because everyone was like, "Wow, check this person out, just like flying through."
Yeah,
it was pretty much
that,
unheard of
people
as completing
standing around
games.
like 20 people around one guy playing. You know, like I've seen that. I miss those days, like when arcades were still a thing. We used to have an arcade pretty close to us, or like well close. It was like in the same province, and it was always filled with people. Like it was like really popular back then.
It's one of the things we didn't do. Actually, out in Japan still has a very, very strong arcade culture out there. So you'll find Sega arcades, and there's another brand out there as well that have like just huge arcade places around in all the major cities and things like that. And even sometimes not in cities, you can be in a really quiet place and there's a massive Sega arcade. You're like, I mean, why? But okay, I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, we did have that where, you know, we stayed quite far out in Tokyo, and like in this, like we were like so far out, it was ridiculous. Like we were barely even in Tokyo anymore, and like in the shopping centre that was next to our hotel, there was that big,
huge arcade in there.
yeah.
Love to go there one day just to play the games and stuff.
Rhythm games, that's the one they're crazy for there. Saw some school kid that was playing some rhythm game on full difficulty, and again, thought it was talking about the crowds of people that made me think of that, because he had exactly the same, a huge crowd of people. And yeah, Liz, that's the thing. Nowadays you have to go to like London or somewhere specific to find that kind of place, whereas before it was just everywhere. I mean, I guess the seaside still has things, but it's just not the same.
At the like basically the fair, yeah, you still have some like arcades.
Yeah, some stuff like that.
Oh, so yeah, the skeletons are the most annoying, as you can see. They once they get you, they get you.
So I know you mentioned that you have the co-op world record with solos.
Yeah.
I've just looked that up on SRC, and I have so many questions on how you're completing the game in 2 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty fast for sure. Yeah. Before we got the record, this was around like 3:13.
Yeah.
But it's really about milliseconds at this point. Yeah, just normal beginner as well. It's like really just the one that's above me is maybe like 4 milliseconds faster, like 40 milliseconds faster than me, something like that. I think.
On which category?
Beginner, normal beginner.
Oh, crikey.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah.
And it's all about seconds, which makes it kind of exciting, you know, like it's one wrong move and you know it's over.
Mm. And Lai says they cheated.
Yeah, so much respect for retro game speedrunners.
Absolutely.
It might not be the sort of, I don't know, 4 to 10 hour JRPG runs that people do that require that focus for everywhere, but if those games were anywhere near as hard as this is in terms of intensity, no one would ever run it.
Absolutely.
No, it's definitely, it can get frustrating as well because you have to do something over and over again and you get like the whole insanity, right? Like
Yep.
doing something over and over, expecting it to change, you know? Like, and then it
Something
just doesn't work.
reactor sector 7, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, basically Reactor Sector 7, yeah. Which is like the FF7 runs and stuff, and like just Final Fantasy runs in general. It's more about endurance, which is also like Kato did like the 7, 8, 9 thing.
Yep.
You know, like it really takes a lot out of you. Like at the end of that run, he was basically like sleeping. You know, like.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm doing 7, 8, 9 as a milestone run, but I'm using boosters because I value my sanity and sleep.
I get that. Yeah.
It's still 9 hours. It's still a slog. Yeah, and this I was saying about in Mario they're celebrating like a 1 millisecond new skip because the game is perfected so much. I actually saw a news article on that last night that I believe it's now something silly like 13 frames away from being like completely perfect, as in TAS would not be able to do it any faster.
Wow.
And that's
That's pretty
literally, I think
insane.
human capacity is now 13 frames away from the theoretical fastest possible time in Mario. But the fact that those 13 frames are still being chased says it all.
Yeah, I mean, who needs to get good when you can get lucky?
Yeah.
Hi.
War has summarised it there. All the dimensions to speedrunning, so speed, consistency, endurance, planning, resource management, and a generous dose of luck. The luck is the most important bit usually. From anything I've learned in speedruns, your execution can be great. The game still says no.
Yep.
Oh, it
That
says
was
no a
some
lot
cool magic.
when it comes to Final Fantasy and stuff. Yeah. If you look at Final Fantasy 9 as well, which is like half RNG, you know,
Yeah.
like encounters and stuff.
Oh, especially on PSX. PSX encounter rate is absolutely disgusting compared to HD.
You're not the only one there, by the way, Liz. If I've shown anything to myself in the last couple of weeks preparing for this event, that is that I also don't have any of those things. Planning and resource management, but not necessarily in a speedrun sense.
So I did 2/3 of Disc 2 of FF8 with only 60 triples on my main damage dealer. And then I was wondering why I was under-rolling. It was hilarious. I did manage to figure it out in the end, and I didn't die or anything, so, you know, no harm done. It was just a little bit slow.
Makes you probably better than me. So this is Wedgie into the final level now for the second time.
Whee! Oh,
Oh,
he got ya! How dare they? Pyong! 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 I love this. It's so much fun. Yeah! Get 'em.
No. I said that was it.
Ooh! Yep.
I predicted it.
That was a plummet. bit ganged
Yeah,
up on you there.
Walk off you. There we go. I think this will kill them, at least. Yes.
Nice.
So it like depends on what character you have, you know, like do certain things. There we go.
So whilst Reggie's taking down the final boss again here, worth mentioning there are two incentives for just 69 times 10 pence, or £6.90, to do Juggernaut percent, which is where he will only use kicks and headbutts to defeat the enemies. It's been redeemed for Tyrus Flair, the hot chick, his current character. Has not been redeemed for Gilius Thunderaxe, the small boy. So if you want to see a beginner run after the arcade, where it will only do kicks and headbutts with each character, then redeem that one. There is also the Axe Battler, where he will do spinny 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 percent, that he's named Pirouette percent, mainly because it uses a spinny slash attack, and will be limited to those attacks only for those runs. So if you want to see that extra challenge, check out Wedgie's campaign, as pinned at the top of chat. Those skeletons seem very annoying.
They are actually, yeah.
Mm.
And they do not die, so.
Yeah, you said they're invincible.
I think you just need like one or two, and he's done for. Yeah, there we go. So that was the second one.
Nice. So, time for small boy?
Time for small boy, yeah.
Really? Are these canon names? Small boy, hot chick, Conan cosplayer?
No, they're not. No.
Oh, they absolutely should be. We need to change that.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. So back when we were young, I was always this character, because my brother always had to be the main character, of course. I was always player 2. That's what you get when you're like the youngest, you know? And always got the bad controller.
So we did just have a donation come in whilst I was just double checking a couple of things there, just to let you know. From an email address that I'm going to just read out as Fabi. And And it has the comment Veni veni venias gloriosa neme mori facias generosa. Veni veni venias gloriosa name mori facias generosa. If my Latin was good enough there, I'm very happy. I doubt it was, but I tried. Wedgiroth! Anyway, and that was a £20 donation, so that means you have reached your milestone without the incentives.
GG.
Alright, so
Thank you very
we're
much
gonna
for
do some
donation.
Streets of Rage after.
We will be in touch to schedule that through.
And on top of that, I'm confused because I don't know who, but donation from a Kentish man, not that one, and not me either. And it has both of your incentives have also been redeemed. So that is all three have been redeemed, and you had a £20 donation. So
Lovely.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys, for supporting, you know, like the charity.
Save money for the Aminals. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
they are not the lyrics of One Winged Angel. Because the lyrics of One Winged Angel are not Latin. They are gibberish.
Would you call that like Big Latin?
Pig Latin.
Yeah.
Ie oswai otne ig peatin me. And oh my god, that made me feel so young. I'm not doing that again.
No. If you want to be young, you got to be down with the kids and the talking clock.
Oh no, first life down.
The ticking talks.
I'd be scared of saying that.
Oh, I'm stun locked right now.
You're stun locked? Oh no. Oh, I stand corrected. Although Uematsu-san himself has said that it's not Latin. There was no intention to write it in Latin. So it might have bits in there, but...
Oh, of course, that's the Kentian. Yeah. These grew up on the rough streets of Kent, so
I mean, me too. It's where I
you,
live.
you as well. You as well. Yeah.
Welcome back, main stunt. How is FF10 going? So I just realised we are now up to £1,446.71. We are really close to reaching 1,500. What a total for day 8 of this event.
Day 8.
Big GGs to all our runners and everyone who's come to support them and put in their donations to support the animals. We all together are doing amazing work in this event and having a great time doing it. It's amazing. Can't thank the lot of you enough.
There we go. Wasn't all that bad.
I know which one I'm confused with now.
That's a good number. Huh.
We do have 420 followers. That did happen during this stream, so absolute pigtastic.
A little bit too soon. There we go. I gotta go back.
Okay, I'm really confused. There is a Latin song, or Latin sounding song in one of the Final Fantasies that isn't Latin. Yeah, I can't remember for the life of me what it is now, because yeah, One Winged Angel is from some book or some text or something like that. Some medieval poetry.
There's also some guy, I don't know.
Liberali
his name,
Fatali
but-
is Latin translated, but again,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's just the bit at the start that's the nonsense.
that would explain my confusion.
Oh, is that alphabet? Sounds alphabet. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. You are spot on.
No. Knock me out. That didn't work out so well.
Really upset that we have to watch this without game audio. We don't get to hear these lovely sounds. But I'm sure they're glorious.
For sure, the Sega sound chip is, like, in my opinion, one of the best ever. So
We suffer so you don't have to.
Well, if we could hear it, then the microphone would hear it too. So you're all very pleased that we can't hear it.
okay.
What would you rather we played on more, the Vectrex? Dolphin?
I've still got my Game Boy player attached to my GameCube.
You have? I'm looking for one actually.
Yeah,
Thinking
they are.
about getting a Game Boy camera to go with it, so I can use that as my webcam for stream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Game Boy players seem to be like super rare now.
Oh, for sure, yeah, it is.
Bit like you and your 2 Pocket Stations.
Three Pocket Stations. I got one boxed as well. Remember?
Oh yeah.
You got 3, and I can't even find one.
You're playing NES on original hardware war. Nice.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to go, in my opinion. This original hardware.
Love it.
Game Boys are not region locked.
They aren't. Look.
So it will work.
Oh, yeah, we looked at this when we were out there last year, didn't we?
Although with GameCube it might be locked. I know Game Boys themselves aren't.
The
Yeah.
Game Boy player
Yeah,
is
yeah.
basically just a Game Boy, right? Without a screen and stuff.
Yeah, no, it needs the disc.
Mm.
Oh, it is a disc, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that might be the issue then. Splat.
Yep,
We didn't see anything.
nothing to see here.
Oh.
Yeah, the disc is region locked.
Console is pretty easily region modded though. Easy to do.
I believe you just need it to match the GameCube and then it will work like a Game Boy and therefore it's not region locked. It's purely just a disc.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, do not turn on Japanese consoles on a British supply. Do not
oh
do
no,
that.
never do that.
No.
Yeah, I bought a
230 will destroy it.
Yeah, I
Exactly,
bought
yeah,
a
same here.
converter.
They run on 110.
Yeah, when I bought my
And also think
yeah, when I bought my Japanese PS2 and PS3 back last year, I bought a electric downscaler, current downscaler.
you can do it in reverse, which is quite good. So I used my PAL PSX when I was out there and plugged it into 110, and all that happened is it took about 5 minutes to power on.
I remember that.
Oh,
I
but
But then
remember
once
that
it was
stream.
powered on, it was absolutely
Charge up,
fine, no
kinda.
problem.
Need to get some charge in it.
Yeah, just charge up the capacitors so that the board can work.
Yeah, like English and Dutch power is almost the same. It's pretty interchangeable.
Yeah.
The American for us is also, it will also fry the console.
No, they had absolutely no thought or care about my future speedrunning needs when they built up 50 hertz.
Yeah, I hate the person that did that. It's so hard finding a 60 hertz compatible CRT as well. It's like almost impossible to get
Yeah.
a good one. You have some of those hotel TVs that support both, and there's the third one actually.
GG, 3 for 3. It's all 3 characters.
Okay, so let's do all the challenges.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice one executed. Execute and I love to speak in each other's languages. So I like to speak in German to him, and he likes to talk back in Dutch. It's a thing we do. Okay, so let's do beginner. So we're gonna first start off with Axe Battler again and do the pirouette percent.
Spinny percent.
Can only kill him like this. This is gonna take a while. Or not.
Just kill 2 of them in 1 strike.
Easy.
Yep.
I think it's what we call efficiency.
Yeah. Don't really need the potions right now. There we go. Actually, picking up potions actually makes it that the thief will first go to you in the nights, you know, like between the levels. So if you're doing a no magic run, it's better to not pick up potions at all because it takes more time. It's all like those milliseconds, you know?
Makes sense. Why pick up something you don't need?
Exactly.
Because you pick up all the loot. That's how you get strong.
It's like picking up the elixir in FF7 stairs when you're on booster percent. Like, what do you need an elixir for?
I need to get the heck out of the way. That's what I need. I don't need the elixir, I need it to get the heck out the way.
No.
These thieves are really cursed, by the way.
Yeah, they're pretty random as well, you know? You think he's gonna go that way and then he's gonna go the other way.
I swear that one looked a little bit like Prince William.
If you say so. I mean, sure. It's been a long day.
It has been a very long day.
In fact, I sat down where I am nearly 17 hours ago.
There we go. There's another one.
I do see what you mean now
Yeah,
you've said it.
Yep.
I'm not going to be able to unsee that.
No. If I am cursed, so are you.
Thanks for that.
No worries. Sharing is caring.
Maybe both? Or neither? At least one of.
I believe the correct response to that, lies, is yes.
That almost needs quoting. I'm almost going to have to copy that and put it in Discord.
There we go. Keep looking at their faces now. Spotted. A little bit too close. Go.
Just an average fight. I'm not in Kent. I'm not in Kent at the moment.
No.
I left Kent yesterday. I'll be back in Kent on Sunday.
It's too dangerous to be in Kent.
No, Kent's not dangerous. Kent's lovely. It's Garden of England.
It's
It's
like
wonderful.
It's like a running joke. Lisa and I have.
It actually does depend where.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He said that as well. Yeah.
I mean, there's a part of Kent that we don't call Kent because it's not part of Kent called Medway. Now that you want to stay well away from.
Okay, so that was the first one. Thank
Wow.
you for the redemption.
That was speedy.
Okay, so the next one is gonna be the one that Yumi redeemed, which is Dyrus.
Listen, me too. You're probably round the corner from me.
Oh fuck, I have to kick them. I'm sorry. So, what was your favorite Sega game growing up?
Oh, that's really tough. I know which one I played the most of, which would be Sonic 2.
Sonic. Okay, fair enough. People tend to say Sonic 3 is the best one.
I never had Sonic 3.
Me neither. No. Oh, you had 1 and 2.
I can't cope with Sonic. My brain just does not compute it. Speedrunner that can't go fast. That sounds about right.
CNC, Command and Conquer. Was that on Sega?
Hey, Cosmo.
Hi.
Oh.
There we go.
Yes, we hit 420 followers. Nice.
Kick all the things. Sorry, not kick. I believe after what we've experienced 4 times today, this is known as a push.
Yes. Yes.
Would you like to push the rock? Yes.
And then we push it with our feet.
So, it's very much just pushing these thieves around until they drop everything.
I wills.
Oh god! Chat, make her stop. Send help.
Oops. I'm sorry.
Did we forget a kick again?
Yeah, I hit one. He died. Sorry.
He died?
Apologize for that. Bye.
We have to stop bringing out the fact we have 420 followers because no one's going to follow us anymore.
Everybody thinks it's a nice number, yeah.
Do I need to return your comment to you? think we need to just stop identifying the royal family in this, 36-year-old game.
I mean, at least they were like actually born at that point, so you know.
So we gotta have more than 420 followers, so people have to please follow, you know.
Absolutely.
We still have so much more to come today.
We do. We do. We have actually got a massively jam-packed weekend. But yeah, you won't see very much of me tomorrow because in 1 hour and 6 minutes it will be my birthday.
Whoop.
Birthday.
So that's Tyrus
We
down.
are now 421. Thank you, Ra Holtz. I'm not even going to try and embarrass myself.
It's a Frisian name. You want to know what it means?
Yep.
It means weird face.
Means what?
Weird face. Strange face. Okay, let's go. Yeah, it's Gilius, right? Yeah.
I think the question was aimed at Janini, Cosmo.
I am older than 7.
I hope so. Otherwise, I'm
Yep,
going to have the
we
authorities kicking the door in a minute.
FBI, open up!
Frisian isn't Dutch.
Frisian is Frisian.
I mean, do we need to revisit the conversation about Kent and Medway?
Medway is not Kent. It's the Medway Unitary Authority. It's not part of Kent. It has its own council that Kent County Council don't control. It's nothing to do with Kent.
But he didn't Google, like, when I
I
called
did
him out
have to
on
Google
it, like, a couple of years ago.
Cosmo is wishing you lots of luck, Wedgie. He's not sure if you
Thank
can
you so
see
much,
chat.
Cosmo.
So much love and cozy vibes in the chat.
Well, East Kent also involves the Isle of Thanet, and that doesn't really count either, so...
When is Kent not Kent?
Kick me.
when it's Medway or Thanet. Anyway, back to the run. As you can tell, I clearly love my county.
Yeah, he's one of my best friends.
Ah, nice. Welcome in, thank you for the follow.
Yes, we have many, much more things to share with the world over the course of the rest of this event. I am going to put the link to the schedule. Well, I'm going to use the command that puts the link to the schedule into the chat. We have so much stuff coming up.
We do. Even tonight. So we have two more showcases to follow from after this one. There will be maybe an hour's break, so the stream will go down, sadly, but it has been live for all day.
Mm-hmm.
But you will be blessed with the presence of Matty Ice as host, starting in around 2 hours' time. Racklaces will be doing Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions speedrun with Leonard New Game. And then long-time legend playing a legendary game will be I'm Nightshade doing Final Fantasy Legend 2 on the Game Boy glitchless. So yeah, still lots to come for the remainder of your Friday night.
/ Saturday morning, depending on where you are in the world. do not
I do
discriminate
like
by
the fact that you're
tactics.
headbutting most of these people. It's just like, I am
This
angry.
This
I
is
will
general
headbutt you.
percent. It is the thing.
He's a small boy giving it large.
Exactly.
He's a small horny boy.
There we go.
Does anyone remember a game on the Mega Drive where you fought with house-sized characters/heroes and could punch each other into houses and skyscrapers in the city?
No, but I want to play it.
That does sound cool.
It sounds like what I would call stress relief. Leveling a city.
Okay, I didn't realise I was dating Godzilla.
Blank expression. Just turn around and look at Janini with the most blank expression ever, like, I am not Godzilla. I like Japan too much to be Godzilla. Yeah, I have questions. I'm not even going to try and say that out loud. That's how I'm going to leave that there and refer to it as a headbutt.
Yeah,
I
that's.
think it's safer.
Probably best.
Kupo indeed, Nightbot. Kupo.
We're almost there. And there we go. That was it.
Oh, is that time?
Yep.
Wow, that was super fast.
Super zooms. GG's.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was so many, so quick. That's the thing. It was like, wow, pyong 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 pyong. So you've just showed us.
It's called speedrunning. It's called speedrunning for a reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
There is that. Yeah, okay, all right.
I can't cope with like all this going too fast stuff. You know, my old little brain can't cope.
So what you did just manage to do was effectively 3 runs of beginner mode and 3 runs of the full arcade mode, but the 3 runs of beginner mode were also all challenge runs.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's quite impressive. Like,
In an hour and 7 minutes.
There's also one more game mode. It's called the Duel. It's actually pretty difficult, but it's just basically, well, what would you call it? Like survival. You have to survive, which isn't that interesting. But
Ah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's also
so if
pretty.
you're
Maybe
good at the
something for
game, you
next
can
time,
last
you know?
for a while.
Maybe something for next time.
Yeah.
And of course, the Streets of Rage has been redeemed. I don't know if you want to do that now or next time.
That's kind of up to you, in that you still have an hour remaining of your time, so I don't know if you
I
want
can
it
easily
sort of... How long is the estimate for it?
For one character, I think like 35 to 40 minutes, something like that. So
That is manageable. It will take you up to, yeah, pretty much the end of the time. Did you want a break in between, or are you happy to go straight into it?
I can go straight into it. Yeah, for sure. I just
Oh.
popped another monster, so.
Got your Lewis Hamiltons ready.
Yep.